So these are the critical success factors for full kit. First is appointment of full kit manager, monitoring the full kit process, taking preventive action for incomplete kits, educating employees, educate your customers, keep refining the full kit, buy components in full kit, synchronize the out kit with in kit, standardize components, procedures, and common parts, and ensure top management's demonstrated support. See, these are the critical success factors. If you fail on one or two things, you may not get right the full benefits of having full kit. So, just a summary, one page summary if you want to look at. First, identify and define, then review and refine. Identify and define, review and define, then communicate and implement. First, communicate and then implement, and then measure and improve. So, keep doing that and keep reaping more and more benefits out of full kit. So, what happens when you implement full kit? With full kit in place, projects or orders start moving faster and faster. People start seeing the advantages of that, and once they see the advantages, they voluntarily follow the procedure. They even insist on it. Then it becomes a habit to always have a full kit. So they say this is the way we work. They refuse to start the work if full kit is not there. So it becomes like you have put the process on autopilot, that projects or orders will not start unless full kit is given. And when people from the bottom start asking for it, the next level also feels motivated to do that. They also find that their work has become easier, their work is moving faster. So the middle level management, like task managers, for foremen, etc., they also started ensuring that full kit is available. So the whole organization works on that, and your projects and orders start moving faster. But one caution: what happens actually? Just think. Let us think realistically. The things that are missing are usually the things for which there are some difficulties to complete. Something is difficult. A bit tedious. So people tend to postpone it. So if you give them that option, okay, okay, you can do that later. Resources working on preparation would prefer to focus on preparing for the new projects or orders. So what will happen? Rather than what they should be doing, relentlessly chasing the preparation gaps. So this is a risk that is happens. Maybe you can call it inertia, but where the things are difficult, the tendency is to put it off for a while, then okay, take up some other work, and again leave few things out of that, and other work. So there is a caution that this may happen. So just okay, overcome that and make sure that full kit is a must before you start. So if it is so good, if full kit is so good, there are so many benefits, and not doing it has so many problems. What prevents people from using full kit? What is that? The, so the first thing is efficiency syndrome. You can't see your people sitting idle. So give them some work, whether full kit is there or not, let them start. So that syndrome comes in a way. Okay. The other reason is that many times there is a pressure from the customer that he has given the order or he has given the project and he wants you to start immediately. I remember I was working in a software company. Okay, there was a long discussion with the customers about the requirement, this, that, then there should be bidding. As soon as it used to take a lot of time, but as soon as the project is awarded, same day evening he wants to have a kickoff meeting with the resources. Now that is the kind of pressure. Many times the pressure comes even from your top management because somehow they believe that earlier we start, earlier we finish. This is a myth, this is a fallacy. But if they don't know, okay, they put that pressure. So our tendency is to ignore the full kit and start anyway. And then, okay, another thing is that for ages we have been executing orders, executing projects without full kit. So we get used to the inconveniences or the negative impacts that happen, and we are accepted. then that's part of our life. That is what is going to happen. So, and it can't be changed. So, if we have that kind of mindset, then well, we don't care for that. And finally, inertia. We know everything. We know all that. We know we can do it better. Little more push to ourselves. Little more coming out of our comfort zone is required. But our inertia prevents us okay, from doing that. So these are the reasons okay that prevent people from using full kit, but there's nothing more compelling reason. But this is human nature. This is our behavioral problem. So there was some study that was done on full kit, and few results were found that okay, a study of 30 organizations that have implemented full kit showed that it has reduced WIP and lead time by a factor of three. That is an average. So 30 organizations were studied where full kit was implemented, and the result was it has reduced WIP and lead time by a factor of three. Another observation when full kit was implemented with DBR, DBR is drum buffer row. It is a TOC solution for manufacturing. When it was implemented, it has led to doubling or even almost tripling the throughput. See the the order of magnitude, and it is done in one of the service sector, that life insurance company, where the things are happen by writing letters and shifting files from one table to another table, one department to another department, back and forth. There, this concept was implemented, and what they found that the number of open files that we call WIP was 1,250, and that was brought down to merely 240 in a period of how much time? 2 months time. They streamlined the work. They ensured that no file will move unless everything required for the next department or next person to process. So that will that has reduced the floating file across all departments from 1250 to 240. So this is what was done. So this, I think, this proves that full kit is a necessary condition for success. If you don't have it, well, you may be successful, but then the real success can come when you have the full kit in place. So I repeat what I earlier said. It is easy to understand. Well, we intuitively knew it. I just had one slide to talk about the definition. Somewhat difficult to implement. True, because how to define it, how to implement it. But once you have defined, implemented it correctly, it is not so difficult to sustain because you change the habits of the people. Once they are in the habit of working with full kit, and once they enjoy the benefit of that, they will never give it up. So, but then how do you get into the habit of using full kit as an individual? First, you want to improve yourself, right? And then you will improve others. So I just thought of one small exercise. You can do it at home. It is very easy to do. You don't have to do much, but maybe you'll have to spend some 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever. Now, what is that exercise? Imagine that you want to buy a new home, and it takes you a lot of time. You just can't okay go out and buy it and come back, right? So you have done some background work, and okay, you have identified some houses, about 12 houses you have identified that you want to go and visit and see them. You have taken few days off from your work, and then now what you have to do is you have to go and visit those 12 houses, and they're okay within your budget, so that your problem is removed. Now you just have to go and see and then choose. Now I had done that for okay, when I purchased a new house. And okay, on the day I visited 3 to 4 houses. So what happened is that at the end of the day, if my wife asked me, "In that flat, what we saw, whether this was there or not there, impossible to recall." So I did fortunately I did my full kit in terms of a checklist, and actually I was carrying the tapes and all that to measure the actual rooms and size, and I had measured my own furniture. to make it sure that it is fit. Sorry, I'm giving you hints. I don't want to give you a hint. Please spend some time at home. Do this exercise. It's a fun exercise. Okay, you may or may not actually bite, but eventually, when you want to bite, it will come handy to you. And once you do that, then you will get yourself you're accustomed of okay, making a full kit by yourself, and then go and implement in your organization. So this is the end of my submission. So far, we have talked about TUC overview, 5 questions, remote accounting, resolving conflicts, asking right questions. Why do people resist change? Then consents no more. TOC for support functions, vicious cycles. Why projects are usually late? Using buffers and TOC application, and full kit. That is today's topic. And the next topic is much awaited. This the decisive competitive edge and unrefusable offer.